Okay, everybody look, we're trying to find skill factor. We're doing our wildcat work. That was for homework. These 2 pages. And I'm not even going to look at all the people that didn't do it. Don't come. I don't even know what to say. Skill factor. Who remembers how to do skill factor? Find skill factor. New overall. New dimension. Overall dimension. Or the coordinate. New twice. Okay. So new dimension divided by old dimension. So we're going to divide. Okay. Oh, wait. This is the new, right? Because it's got the prime mark. Okay. I'm going to tell you, I always use the smallest number. Because it's easier sometimes to reduce or whatever. But, I mean, so let's use 10. And 10 corresponds to 12. And when you reduce it, you get 5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6. Okay. Guess what? If you did it backwards, you'd have gotten 1.2. And guess what? 1.2 would probably been one of the answer choices. So, that's why we got to remember, new. Hey, new is not always better. Sometimes I buy a new pair of shoes and, oh, I like my old ones better, you know, because they hurt your feet or whatever. But we're going to say new is the top pick. New over old. Okay? New over old. On the second one, this is the new. Has the prime mark. New is the prime mark. So what are we going to divide? Okay, let's pick 15 over. Okay, you know what? When I first looked at it, I did 15 over 14. But remember, I always check my work. And I went, oh, no, it's not 14. It's 10. If you reduce it by 5, you're going to get 3 over 2 or 1.5. And guys, a lot of times on skill factor, they have the fraction, even if it's improper. I'll be writing everything down. Just saying. This is the new with the prime mark. And so we're going to do what? 4 divided by 2 is 2. We're not going to do number 2. They really didn't give us enough information, and it's kind of confusing. Okay, number 3. Parallelogram. Looks like that. Remember, it's a rectangle leaning. It's a lazy rectangle. It's leaning. It doesn't have right angles. And the dimensions are 10 and 4. So, if the scale factor is 0.6, what am I going to do to get my new length? Yes. Factor means to multiply. So 10 times 0.6 is? Come on, 10 times 0.6. Wait a minute, guys. You know what? I'm seeing a lot of you write down stuff. I don't think you're corrected. I think you're just doing it with me, and I'm not happy. But it's 6, guys. I didn't need a calculator, but I mean, even if I did need one, you got one. Why isn't the lid off the calculators? Do y'all not want it for the test? You don't want it? I can arrange for you not to have it. Okay, and then 4 times 0.6. Okay, number 4, we're not doing what they say because they didn't really give us enough information. Draw me a right triangle. And put 15, 20, 25. Why is 25 on the hypotenuse? It's the longest side. That's side C. Now, how do I know? It didn't tell me it was a right triangle, but how do I know it is? 3, 4, 5 rule. And guys, I noticed on the tests that I'm grading, a lot of you just think every one of them's 3, 4, 5 rule. Somebody put 3, 4, 5 rule, 3, 4, 5 rule, and it didn't even work. It's got to be the 3, 4, 5 rule. What am I going to multiply 3, 4, 5 to get all these numbers? Huh? What am I going to multiply by? Thank you. So 15, 20, 25. Okay. Now look at number 5. All you're going to do is set a proportion. And we're going to set up 2. We're going to set up 2. Give me the one you set up. Who set it up? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Go set it up. Just set the proportion up. Okay, David, what'd you put? 3 over 5. Okay, that's the height of both. No. We're setting proportion up 2 over 4. So if you do 3 over 5, you're going to equal 2 over 4. I know what you did, David. You divided each one, and that's okay, but I was setting a proportion up, okay? So 3 over 5 equals 2 over 4. 3 and 5 are on both the heights. 2 and 4 are the bases for the 2 rectangles. 3 and 2 are on the same one. 5 and 4, so they have to correspond. Okay, does 12 equal 10 when you do the cross products? Does 12 equal 10? No. So this is a no. They're not similar. They kind of look like they're similar, but you can't go by looks. You have to go by the map. Any questions about that? Okay, I want to do another one. Who has another way? Who did it? Set it up another way. Oh. Good. That's exactly how I set it up. 5 over 4. And look, it's just how I see it. This is how my brain sees it. A fraction. 5 over 4 equals 3 over 2. That way you don't get mixed up. I hate it when y'all start doing all this fancy stuff. You start trying to do it upside down, backwards, up. Just do it like you see it. 5 over 4 equals 3 over 2. Don't y'all see it that way? Can't y'all see it? 5 over 4, 3 over 2. And then look, 10 does not equal 12. Cross products. Okay, the next one. Next page. I'm assuming you didn't do it, since you didn't do the other page. Right here, we're trying to prove they're similar. Well, you would have to do all the side lengths, proportions, but you can't count those. So we're going to have to do the coordinates. About the same difficulty, which is not hard. So we're going to do all the coordinates. Let me make it bigger. So A is what? Oh, Bobby, you said. A is what? 2, 3. What's A prime? 4, 6. So we're going to come up here and we're going to do the scale factor. Remember, the prime marks are the ones that are new. So I'm going to go divide a new number by an old number. It's got to correspond, though. Which number y'all want to use? 4. I'm going to use 4. No, well, you can't. Yeah. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So I'm thinking the scale factor is 2. So now let's go do B. What's B? Good. And B prime?
4, -5. No,
4. Good. Yeah, these are kind of tricky. You have to be careful. C? -1, -4. And C prime? No. -8, huh? Okay. So let's look. If the scale factor is 2, then that means we can multiply all these numbers by 2 and get our new coordinates. 2 times 2 is 4. Negative 2 times 2, negative 4. Yes. Negative 2, negative 8. Good. So this is a yes. Those are similar. Okay, look at the next one. We're going to do R and R prime. I'm going to do R and R prime. What's R? Good. And R prime. Good. I'm going to come up here and do the scale factor. This is the new. Okay. Logan says to do 4 divided by 8, which is what? 1 half. Y'all see where Logan got 4 and 8? 4 divided by 8. Now let's do S. And S prime. S is 8, 4. And S prime. Uh-oh. I see a problem. If 1 half is our scale factor, what's half of 8? Not 3. Right? So if you do 3 divided by 8, that does not equal 1 half. 3 divided by 8 does not equal 1 half. So this is a no. That's a no. Okay. Hey, cross this out and put omit on the fourth one. You're going to have to go back and do this one, just like we did the first two. But not right now. Put Wildcat work up. Okay, then look up here. Get your calculator ready. You're going to need it. Three. Just make sure you have your, is that yours? Or we'll just put it to the side. Who said it is? Probably Austin. As I picked up Shelly's that was on the table. Okay. Real numbers are divided into 2 parts. What? Rational and rational, irrational. Give me an irrational number. No. Irrational. Huh? Pi, thank you. 7. Square root of 7. Everybody do square root of 7. Oh, I forgot to do this second period. Everybody come over here and do the square root of 3 divided by 2. Nope. Nope. No. Huh? Thank you, Willie. He's the only one so far that got it right. How did Willie got point? Yes, Logan. You have to do them separately. Guys, hey, you stop. You got to listen to this. You got to stop listening. You got to stop and listen to this, okay? Stop working on your chest. So square root of 3, guys. I hit the wrong button. Square root of 3, if you're going to go on and do something else, you have to put a parenthesis, then divide by 2. Or you can do the square root of 3, get your answer, then divide by 2. But you know what? If you did square root of 3 divided by 2, you know what the calculator's doing? No. What's the calculator doing? It's getting the square root of 3 halves. It's doing what you told it to do. If you type it in like that, then you're doing exactly it's doing exactly what you told it to do. But you didn't tell it the right thing. So that's why you missed it. So that's why you got 1.22, but that would be incorrect. Do you understand? We talked about that before on that one sheet we did, but you have to do, if the square root is first and then you're doing something else, you have to put parentheses or just get the answer and go on. Okay, so give me a negative irrational number. There you go. Perfect. Everybody understand irrational? Okay. Rational has integers, whole numbers, natural numbers. Give me a rational number that only fits outside the circles. A rational number that only fits outside. 2/3. 1/2. Let's say negative 1/2. 1 1/3. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to change it to 1 point repeating 3. Well, we already have a fraction, like something different that looks different than what we have. Okay, well, 0.75. Yeah, thank you, 0.75. What about, we got the repeating. Oh, good. Negative what? Good. Okay, give me an integer that only fits in the integer circle. Okay? Remember, to get into the integer section, to get in there, you cannot be a decimal or fraction. You're not allowed in the circles if you're a fraction or a decimal. It doesn't matter. A lot of people want to put negative 3.5 right here. No. Negative 3.5 can't go in there. Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. Give me a whole number that only fits in the whole number spot. 0. Give me a natural number. 1. 8. Square root of 25. Good. Square root of 225. Okay. Now, 1 and 8, they fit here, 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 and here. But since they fit in there, you got to put in the very smallest possible place. Okay, everybody got any questions? You sure? Okay, now scientific notation. How do I write that in scientific notation? Whoa. What do? I don't want the answer. No, don't bring anything. You put what? There you go. And now what? Bring it. Take it home. Take it home. There's the home decimal. So when you go to the left, what does that remind you? It's going to be negative. So 1.456 times 10 to the negative. How can I check that on my calculator? See if I got it right. Put it in. And if it doesn't equal, you're wrong. How about that idea? Put that in. Okay? What about 8 billion? Where do I put my decimal? Well, do you mean here? Okay. That's really behind it. Okay, I know. It's tricky. Some people say it, but that's really behind. And then take it home, and it's going to be 8 times 10 to the 9th power. Do I get it? You remember scientific notation. Okay. Miss Kent is going to pass out a page. This is for a grade. Do the front and the back, and then turn it in. If you finish, you can work on your test. Or walk at work. Yes.